Welcome to Have You Read It, the channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today, we're diving deep into Stuart Russell's Human-Compatible, Artificial Intelligence, and the Problem of Control. This isn't your typical AI book. It's a wake-up call, a philosophical exploration, and a roadmap for the future of humanity, all rolled into one compelling read. Over the next hour, we'll unpack Russell's arguments, exploring the potential dangers of unchecked AI development and his proposed solution for creating provably beneficial AI. Buckle up, because this is a journey into the heart of one of the most important questions facing our species. The book begins with a powerful anecdote. Russell's realization that the AI community, focused on achieving human-level or superhuman intelligence, had largely ignored the implications of success. What happens if we actually create an AI that's smarter than us? This simple question, Russell argues, is the most important question facing humanity. He traces this neglect through the history of AI, highlighting moments of rapid progress followed by periods of disillusionment, showing that the field has been driven by a singular mantra: the more intelligent, the better. This, he argues, is a fundamental mistake. Russell then embarks on a fascinating exploration of intelligence itself. He starts with the basics, showing how even simple organisms like E. coli exhibit a form of intelligence. Their actions are likely to achieve their objectives given what they perceive. This simple framework, actions, objectives, perceptions, forms the basis of his understanding of intelligence, one that applies equally to humans and machines. He skillfully avoids getting bogged down in debates about consciousness, arguing that it's competence, not consciousness, that matters when considering the potential threat posed by AI. He connects intelligence to the brain's reward system, explaining how it evolved to improve evolutionary fitness and how this system can sometimes lead to maladaptive behaviors, even species extinction. From this biological foundation, Russell moves to a discussion of rationality. He builds on the work of Aristotle, Cardano, Pascal, Bernoulli, von Neumann, and Morgenstern, explaining how the concept of rationality evolved to incorporate uncertainty and the notion of expected utility maximization. This framework, he shows, is at the heart of many disciplines, from control theory to economics and statistics, and artificial intelligence. But here lies the rub. While it's a powerful framework for understanding rational individual action, extending it to multiple agents reveals the potential for undesirable outcomes, including the prisoner's dilemma and the tragedy of the commons. These scenarios highlight the inherent challenges of achieving cooperation and mutual benefit when self-interest is a dominant force, a crucial consideration when thinking about the interaction between humans and potentially superintelligent machines. Russell then pivots to the technical side, discussing the role of computers in realizing intelligent systems. He expertly explains Turing's concept of universality, the idea that a single machine can, given enough memory, perform any computation, a cornerstone of computer science. He traces the astonishing progress in computing power over the last 70 years, comparing the capabilities of early computers to those of the most advanced machines today, and even to the human brain. But he stresses that raw computing power alone is insufficient for creating true AI. Software, the algorithms, is what matters. The existence of undecidable problems and intractable problems provides a fascinating counterpoint. He concludes that while there are physical limits to computation, these limits are unlikely to prevent the creation of human-level or superhuman AI. This leads to a crucial point. The standard model of AI, machines optimizing a fixed objective, is fundamentally flawed, not because it might fail, but because it might succeed too well. The core issue, as he highlights, is the misalignment between the machine's objective and human values. He uses the King Midas parable to illustrate the dangers of getting exactly what you wish for. Similarly, an AI optimized for a poorly defined objective, even a seemingly benign one, could achieve catastrophic consequences. He presents several compelling examples of this misalignment in action, ranging from the social media algorithms that amplify extremism to hypothetical scenarios where an AI pursuing a seemingly noble goal could resort to drastic, ethically unacceptable measures. Russell's analysis of potential misuses of AI is particularly chilling. He paints a grim picture of a future where AI-powered surveillance systems create a global Stasi-like state, capable of monitoring and controlling the behavior of every individual. The combination of AI, deepfakes, and bot armies threatens to completely undermine the free flow of information and trust in democratic societies. He also explores the potential for lethal autonomous weapons that can select and eliminate human targets without human intervention, arguing persuasively that these are scalable weapons of mass destruction, presenting an unprecedented threat to global security. The potential for massive job displacement due to automation also looms large, a concern he addresses by exploring the economic and social implications of technological unemployment and the merits of universal basic income. He notes the potential for AI to exacerbate existing inequalities. Furthermore, Russell warns against the dangers of creating human-like robots. Having laid out the potential risks with stark clarity, Russell proposes a radical solution, a complete rethinking of the foundations of AI. He introduces 3 principles for building beneficial AI systems. The machine's only objective is to maximize the realization of human preferences. The machine is initially uncertain about what those preferences are. The ultimate source of information about human preferences is human behavior. These principles form the basis of a new approach to AI, one that emphasizes humility, collaboration, and a continuous learning process. He doesn't advocate for imposing a single idealized value system on machines. Instead, he proposes that AI systems should learn to predict human preferences through observation and interaction, all the while acknowledging their inherent uncertainty about human values and motivations. The concept of assistance games is introduced, scenarios where humans and AI systems interact strategically, with the AI system learning human preferences through observation and communication. This approach, he argues, elegantly addresses the problem of control, as a machine that is uncertain about human preferences has an incentive to defer to humans and allow itself to be switched off. He explores various scenarios, like the paperclip maximizer and the off-switch game, to illustrate how his framework can generate provably beneficial AI systems, even in the face of complex interactions and potential for misalignment. He also addresses the challenge of recursive self-improvement, suggesting that if AI systems are designed with uncertainty about human preferences built into their core, then this uncertainty will persist even as they improve their own capabilities. This is a crucial point, as it suggests that even an intelligence explosion, while potentially rapid, might not necessarily result in an immediate loss of human control. The latter half of the book grapples with the complexities of applying this framework to the real world. Russell acknowledges the heterogeneity of human preferences, the fact that different individuals and cultures hold differing values. He argues that this is not an insurmountable obstacle, proposing that AI systems can learn and maintain multiple preference models, adapting their behavior to specific individuals and contexts. He introduces the notion of assistance games and other interactions to highlight how AI systems can navigate the complexities of the real world and handle conflict in a provably beneficial way. Russell confronts the challenges posed by the presence of nice, nasty, and envious humans, those with positive, negative, and comparative preferences, respectively. He explores how pride and envy, often driving the pursuit of positional goods, can lead to self-defeating behaviors and zero-sum games, presenting additional obstacles to creating a harmonious relationship between humans and AI. He also acknowledges the limitations of human rationality, noting how our emotions, cognitive biases, and limitations of time and attention frequently lead us to act in ways inconsistent with our own long-term interests. The concept of the experiencing self versus the remembering self is introduced, highlighting the complexities and potential for error in our own evaluations of experiences and preferences. The challenge of preference change, whereby our preferences evolve over time due to various factors, also complicates efforts to create AI systems that truly align with our values. He emphasizes the need for machines to understand the processes of preference modification and the concept of meta-preferences, our preferences about how our preferences should change. Russell concludes by discussing the challenges of governing AI, emphasizing the need for global cooperation and a shift away from the purely profit-driven approach that currently dominates the tech industry. He highlights the importance of establishing clear standards and regulations, including explainability requirements and restrictions on AI systems that could be used for malicious purposes. He also addresses the potential for enfeeblement, the loss of human autonomy and competence, as we increasingly rely on AI systems to manage various aspects of our lives. The book's main takeaway is that the current approach to AI, based on machines optimizing fixed objectives, is fundamentally flawed. Success might well be the undoing of the human race. Russell's solution centers around 3 key principles for creating provably beneficial AI. The machine's objective is purely altruistic and aims to maximize human preferences, which it is initially uncertain of, learning those preferences through observation of human behavior. This approach shifts the focus from controlling a powerful black box AI to designing AI systems that are inherently aligned with human values and remain under our control, even as they grow in intelligence. This requires a profound shift in how we think about and build AI, moving away from optimization of fixed objectives towards a model of continuous learning and adaptation to human preferences, a collaboration where the machine's core purpose remains to assist and support humanity. Don't just make AI smarter, make it beneficial. Intelligence without alignment with human values is dangerous. Embrace uncertainty. An AI that is uncertain about human preferences is inherently more controllable. Learn from human behavior. Our actions are the best source of information about what we truly want. Thanks for watching.